Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Nityananda 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 Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Radha Govinda. Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Hare Krishna. Wow.
Note, acoustic guitar backing in D.
Oh, Krishna. Let's see. Let's try. Yeah, sing one song, then we'll read something here. One of my favorites here. Oh, God. Thank you for coming, everybody. It's awesome to have you here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. We gotta bottle this Radha and Krishna. Sell it for the how to overcome fear and panic in this world. It's fantastic. Great medicine. Free too. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Radhe, Radhe, Govinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hey. Okay. Man, with what's going on in the world, man, this is the only way I can figure it out, man. Yeah, I was reading one of a devotee's post, and I'm amazed, they just don't get it, man. He used to come, a lot anyway, all this stuff is happening, man, and he's seeing it, and his friends are turning on and everything. And he says, man, this is really weird, And I just said, man, hey, come to Sadhu Sangha. Come to Sadhu Sangha, man. Transcend this. What else can we do? Let them do what they want to the body, I mean, don't go out there and volunteer. But, if it comes down to that, the people here will be just like Shukadev Goswami. You'll just be like that. You'll say what he said. He had 7 days to live, man, and he was sitting there listening to Harikatha like we are here now, same thing. And he said, let that snake bird or whatever magical thing bite me at once. Who cares? Just keep on singing the glories of the Lord. You'll feel that if you're not feeling that already. Yeah. Whatever, this is already predicted. Even in the Bible, it said these things must come. Yeah, they're going to come, man. This is, what are you going to do? Yeah, people fight. Okay, fine. Fight it if you're inspired. But, don't forget this. See, these people, both sides, trying to, the modes of ignorance and passion try to overcome goodness. They're not doing this. See, they're involved totally in that. Yeah. This is such a great way, man, for the world, for everybody, man. The lion will lie down with the lamb and everybody will be happy. So whoever comes and partake of this wonderful sacrifice. This is everybody's sacrificing. The demons are doing their sacrifices to gain power. See, they are. So they have power over the world and they want their conquerors. And the demigods, the good people, they're sacrificing their time trying to build power, having their talks and everything. We are also sacrificing, but this one is fantastic, man. What does this guy want here? Mr. Mystery Man. Interesting setup he's got over there. Looks like he's in a new place. He's grabbing Radha's, what do they call those things? Jackfruits. Okay. So, let's see here. Oh, it's actually cold here, man. Put my sweatshirt on. Hey, man, you get the drift? What a great way. Thank you, Lord, for coming at this time. Let's fill the boat up, man. Whoever gets this message, get your popcorn out and enjoy the show. All right. It's a little cold here. Let's get this on and then we'll get the show on the road. How about we start out with some Gitamrita here? Gitamrita. Or let's have Bhagavatam. We'll get let's go Prahlad Maharaj's preaching. Let's see, Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th Canto. Let's see. So he was in a very similar time. And he's instructing his demoniac schoolmates. He was very much similar to a time like this. The demons were in power, and they're taking over. And it's so funny because what was he doing, Prahlad? There were people, demigods were fighting the demons were fighting, they were at war, and the demons were stronger because the Lord at sometimes empowers the mode of ignorance to be stronger. And so it overcomes, and so there's this thing going on. But what was Prahlad doing? Kind of what we're doing here. He's preaching devotional service, isn't that? So we're in, see, and we're in his corner. So let's read a little bit about him. Isn't it nice to have a role model? There he is. A little bit about him. Isn't it nice to have a role model, Prahlad Maharaj? And we're in the, in the same vein. So, people, it's interesting. Before we get into that, the people, the demons, or isn't it funny? Democrats, demon. This is not by chance. Democrats, demons. Hint, hint, hint. Isn't it funny? Democrats, demons. You think this is by chance? No, 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 no. This is God. This is Krishna. This, for those who have ears, let them hear. But anyway, anyway, their thing is, you know what their thing is? And this is, their thing is to destroy history. See? The reason is to establish something new. You cannot worship the forefathers. See? So the people in the mode of goodness, I think it's this way, they worship the forefathers. You know, they give, sacrifices to the forefathers and all this. Because if you notice, the good people, the good one, the conservatives, they're very much into keeping the history because they get power from that history. That's the worship of the forefathers. You know, they look to the heroes in bygone times. See, the forefathers. They get strength from that. So the Democrats, they want Marxism, more Marx. They got to destroy that because they don't even want you to look at the history of that. It's a short history, you know, but it never worked out. Not one friggin' time. Not once. People are so, I'm sorry, man. People are so friggin' stupid now. In this Kali Yuga, they're dumb. The masses. Man, are they? They can't even figure, you know, they just like, tell us what to do, you know. Program us, you know, TV. My God, it's amazing, man. Look what we're working with here. Okay, so the conservatives get their power, you know, they want it because this gets people, they look at the heroes who are good people usually, you know, more or less good. And they got that. Now, what are we doing? We're also worshiping histories. See? But this history is different. It's transcendental history with devotees and acharyas and pure realized souls. And actually Christians have got that a little bit too. You know, they're also worshiping the histories of the Bible and there's power in that. They know it and they see, but we're also we got the Bible and we also have the Vedas. Oh my God, man. This is powerful stuff. This elevates people. This is the way to really transcend this thing. You know, and even capture whoever is, or, you know, whoever the Lord sends us could be from any side, because there's power in this, man. There's spiritual power in this that pleases everybody. It gives them what everybody wants. Doesn't everybody want immortality, Tom? Don't you think? The demons, they want to create immortality, but in not a very smart way. This is the way to do it. This immortality, man, would become like Narada Muni. Already we have devotees like Narada Muni in our Sangha. They have the symptoms of, you know, before his life, he didn't have this kind of ecstasy. You know, according to what you read, not this level. You know, so people would be more than Narada Munis here. So go ahead, Tom. You want to say something?
Yes. If there exists something like eternally liberated and eternally conditioned, there will also be two kinds of
histories.
Yeah, two kinds of immortality. There's a kind of immortality that's conditioned, and then there's a kind of immortality that it's liberated.
Yeah, you wouldn't have this knowledge, because the knowledge that these secret societies have is still within this universe. It's not outside of it. This Luciferian worship, Lucifer's domain, devil, Lucifer, Lord Shiva, this domain is within here. It has control over this world and the material universe in the mode of ignorance. You notice they want this mode of ignorance. They would just do anything, you know, just be, you know, just go into sense, do what I want, anything and everything, you know. So anyway, that's the Lucifer thing. Left-handed path. Yeah. So anyway, this is So we're looking at histories, and these histories give empowerment also. They give us an understanding of this has been before also. This has happened many times. And then we get to, it's like you get knowledge. I mean, real knowledge, how it actually is. People don't know. Not either side don't have a clear bead on how things actually are, but these Vedas do. I mean, the Vedas and the Bible is kind of okay, but this is even more. That's why the second verse says, with the Bhagavatam, what need is there for any other scripture, really? I mean, you really don't. But the Bible is nice too. I mean, I enjoy many of these things. Some of these prophets and sayings are amazing. You know, very unique. Yeah, very devotional, very unique. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this here. Matter of fact, why don't you be our reader here? Look, get out the Srimad Bhagavatam. So what's Dharmaji? I don't know. What's Dharmal? I don't know what you're asking. Anyway, so Canto 7, chapter, what is it? Chapter 6. You could start with the first verse. Okay, you ready?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om.
Okay, first, yeah. Okay, so this Dinesh says, I would love to hear if we talk of Dharma along with Sri Krishna. Yeah, this is Sri Krishna Dharma. This is the real Dharma. I mean, if you want to do Varnashram Dharma, go to Jayapataka Maharaj or Radhanath or any of those persons, anybody in ISKCON, they'll talk you Dharma. So otherwise, if you want to hear eternal Sanatan Dharma, this is what we do here. This is called pure devotional service. If you're not interested in this, you can go over and listen. There's a lot of classes. There are thousands of gurus out there in talking about Varnashram Dharma and all that stuff. So we're into what do you call it? Sanatan Dharma. This is the Dharma of the soul. This is what Prahlad is preaching here. Okay? So if you're into it, great. If not, go elsewhere. It's up to you. But, sorry, you can't control this conversation that way. It's not going that way. Been there, done that. That's why I had 5 years of that. No more. This is Sanatan Dharma, the Dharma of the soul. Prahlad, go ahead, Prahlad Maharaj. Let's hear the Dharma of the soul. That's Bhagavatam. Not this mixture. I don't like mixture stuff. This is straight Bhagavatam, man. This is going to be the first time you're really hearing the Bhagavatam, especially if you're thinking like that. See? Okay, go ahead.
Jai Srila Gadaridas. Jai Srila Gadaridas. Thank you. Prahlad Maharaj said, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood, to practice the activities of devotional service, giving up all other engagements.
Okay, so that's, this is the essence of the truth. This is what the demons don't know or the demigods don't do here in this world. Most, I can't say. So this is the supreme instruction. engage in this kind of devotional service. So there's Vaidhi Bhakti. Okay, that's great. Should start out there if that's where you need to start. And then there's Raganuga Bhakti, and that's where we're at in teaching these principles. Yeah. So, I want to say something. Yeah. So anyway, this is what's lacking. See, this kind of knowledge, this is called transcendental knowledge. See, it's spoken by Prahlad, and we're speaking it again here and elaborating, magnifying, clarifying, because it's so important. This is where you're going to get freedom from fear. See, this is the demons are in fear. They're acting out of fear because they're afraid too many people are around. They got to get rid of them, right? And the demigod types, the good people, they're fighting this because it's very fearful. They don't want to be their freedom's gone, right? See, it's all fear, fear, fear based. This is all love, love, love based, especially at this level. See, Vaidhi Bhakti has some fear in it because people don't want to go to hell. But this is all love based, man. We're here. I'm here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm here to relish this devotional taste of glorifying the absolute truth, man. And, to me, that is real happiness, true happiness. The Lord has showed me it's his happiness. It's the happiness of real acharyas like Prahlad Maharaj. See, just to even preach it, so you hear the vibration of this truth, because these guys aren't speaking it out there. Or people want to mix it with this Dharma and this. No, I don't. I like my whiskey straight. This is my whiskey, man. Gets me high, intoxicated. Go ahead. On Bhakti. Go ahead, Don.
The human body is most rarely achieved. The human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporary, like other bodies, it is meaningful because in human life...
So get ready, Karuna, we're going to have you read too.
Because in human life, one can perform a devotional service.
This is so important. People don't even know that. That's okay. You don't have to read there. You can put your camera on if you want. Yeah, this is so, God, people don't know this. It's so important, because they don't know they got a human, they just take it for granted. All of us, we take it for granted. Yeah. So, because in this, we can actually reach the stage of relating to that transcendental Lord, that created everything. This is, and only in the human form can we do it, actually, right? Even the demigods want to take birth and hear Harikatha. This is amazing. I mean, we got it going here. It's how long it took me just to get to this state where we have real clear idea on what is this stuff about and what we're here for, and to preach like this and to have people coming and listening. My goodness, this is a miracle, actually. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
It is meaningful because in human life one can perform devotional service. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. Even a slight amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, I can't always be, always thinking and always but God, can you imagine so Prahlad Maharaj is teaching that even a slight amount, and we do so much. I'm telling you, the Lord appreciates this so much. Yeah. Coming regularly Sadhu Sangha, you can tell, you can feel it. Look, people coming here, Pani was mentioning, I'm really feeling juiced up and inspired. That's God in his heart. See, you can get devotional perfection even though you're in household life and everything. I'm telling you, man, this is the most powerful um, path in the whole universe. What we're doing here, and people feel it. You start to feel this connection. Even though it's not always steady or anything. My God, just that'll give you complete perfection. Just and people are getting more than just a little here. So great. That's nice to hear. Continue.
Prahlad Maharaj continued. Krishna, Krishna. Okay. This text too. The human form of life affords one a chance to return home. The human form of life affords one a chance to return home, back to Godhead.
Yeah, you see, that's the home for all of us. We may have different relationships with God, a different deity per se, but it's the same Lord, and we have the same, there's the Son, that's the Lord, and his part and parcels. We're all, whether you're a demon or demigod body, doesn't matter, but our soul in a demon or a demigod or even an ant has a relationship with that Son, the Lord, the God. There's maybe different incarnations, or the ones in the spiritual dimension. There's a place for Nishingadev worshippers, place for Vaikuntanath worshippers, Mathuranath, Dwarkadish. Who knows? All kinds. We just get an example. Lord Ram has his, Lord Shiva. Many different places. But every soul has a relationship. That's where the real power is. That's the power that Bill Gates is really looking for. He never is satisfied with power, with controlling the whole world. This is why we learn this. We learn this from Hiranyakashipu. Bill Gates just wants to control the world. He will not be satisfied. Hiranyakashipu wasn't satisfied conquering one world. He conquered the whole universe. Pretty powerful, huh? Pretty big desire. That's how this desire for something material, he wants to complete with this. If I can control, then I can have union. I can have it all in me. This is called demoniac. Their thinking is not right. Or money, the same thing. If I can get billions of dollars and more, it's never enough. Because it's body, material body. That's not us. It's not him. See? Our soul wants that transcendental Lord. See? That's built in us. Ultimately, that's where it's at. Otherwise, we stay eternally conditioned. We'll come back again and go after our desires till we're fed up. Or luckily we meet a person, their soul is awakened, and they have this going on, this relationship with the transcendental Lord, like here. See, and look how many people are. They're just popping into the spiritual kingdom, not even having to leave their bodies. It's amazing. This is amazing. Things are going on here, man. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Okay.
So the way of our devotion, it determines our real position in the world where we reside. So our devotion determines where we really are, where our position is. Do I understand that right?
Yeah. It's how your particular unique relationship with God is where you go. It's like, so if you're like, say you like Vrindavan, and say you're more of a friendship mood with Krishna, and because that's your eternal position, you'll be very happy being in the cowherd relation, or whatever it is. If it's the gopi is in our line, the gopi is praised because all relationships are in that. Sometimes you're Krishna's intimate friend. Well, you're always that. And sometimes he needs a teacher. See? So actually, if you have a real spiritual master, they're thinking of you like that. You know, they feel like they're instructing Krishna, you know, because Krishna is coming to them as their disciple. It's very deep stuff.
Wow, yes, I feel.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Maintainer, you're like the mother and father, both. You're not only the spiritual master is like the mother and father. You know, sometimes they got this, and sometimes the nurturing. You see, they got Krishna empowers them to do anything that the Lord would do if He's here. You know, yeah, and yeah, so that kind of stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Just no. Go ahead. Say just don't say can I or did. Just fucking do it. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, okay.
Just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I feel is the tiniest approach of a soul in Vrindavan, in Krishna Loka, the tiniest approach of a gopi, it's so big that a lot of worlds can exist in that approach. It's so big. It's so big.
Yeah.
Okay. This devotional service is natural. No. Therefore, every living entity, especially in the human form of life, must engage in devotional service to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, every living entity, especially in the human form of life, must engage in devotional service to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. This devotional service.
So this is the highest thing. I mean, you know. So Prahlad's preaching the essence. If anybody hears that and hearkens to that understanding, is very fortunate. And some will. See, some will because they're looking for it, but not everybody. But whoever does, you know, be very. You know, you got the ultimate instruction. You know, engage in devotional service. See, engage, because people got to engage in activities. You know, we're forced to by the modes. So if you're under the modes, and then you engage in devotional service, beginning with hearing from a realized devotee. Oh man, see, the modes start to roll off you. Narada Muni's last life was hearing from the sages, and the mode, just from that hearing, the modes started to come off of him. See, and then he became very attracted to devotional service, see, to chanting or to hearing. It happens here. Same thing. Oh, same process. See, this is the living example of this happening here. This is, you're actually becoming a Bhagavatam. You're becoming like Narada Muni was in his last life. You're hearing very confidential topics of the Vedas. It's the modes of nature are coming off of you, and you're becoming more and more attracted to the essence of truth. And so much you start to want to speak it and glorify it, like Prahlad. Go ahead.
And then we walk in their footsteps. Isn't that the situation? If we do that, then we walk in their footsteps.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's following in the footsteps of the devotees. See, it starts with hearing. You got to be like, what did Shukadev Goswami started with hearing? I mean, with Maharaj Parikshit. He started by hearing from a realized, empowered devotee by Krishna. See, a lot of people are not starting from that position. That's why it doesn't work very good. See, they're starting listening to a guru who's not like Shukadev, is not empowered by the transcendental potency yet. They're not even awakened. So you're practicing. Guru is practicing being Gurudev, and the disciples practicing being a follower. Oh, wow. A good practice. And neither can take to this until the Lord says, okay, you see, it doesn't, you have to be rightly situated. You have to be a real disciple sitting before a real guru. You know, then it works. That's why you see people doing that here. It works. You know, look, Johann Janaki, they're sitting before all kinds of gurus and John sannyasis. Didn't work. They tried it on their own, not quite working. But it came to the point their sincere desire for Krishna grew. And then, boom, the right situation comes. Now the fulfillment. See, now you're a real disciple. Everything, the ducks are all in a row. They're all lined up. You got a real guru empowered by the transcendental potency, and you're a real disciple because you're facing that. So what happened in Bhagavatam happens in your life now. This is the real Bhagavatam you get, not the practice thing. You know, you got a guru speculate. They're not even awakened most of the time, or maybe just a little something, but you know, not very powerful. Okay, read this here.
Krishna gives an amazing reply to Mother Yashoda. Once Mother Yashoda was offering ghee lamps to Yamuna. She noticed that no lamp was moving with the flow. Then she saw Krishna taking out the lamps with a stick. She asked Krishna what he was doing.
Okay, no, then it was moving with the flow. She noticed that no lamp was moving with the flow. Then she saw Krishna taking out the lamps with a stick. She asked Krishna, well, I'm not sure if you're actually telling it exactly right. I'm not sure. But, you know, I actually, you know, a better example might be Sachi Devi. Sachi Devi was offering lamps also, or flowers or something, into the Ganga. And so anyway, the flowers, instead of going with the flow, they came to her belly because she was pregnant. So they came to Krishna. You know, as they came, they wouldn't go with the flow and thing. They just came and they all bunched around her, you know, close to her. That's so maybe okay. Anyway, read, go on.
This is a very nice sentence. This devotional service is natural. This devotional service is natural because Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the most beloved, the master of the soul, and the well-wisher of all other living beings.
Yeah. Now this devotional service, he's talking about pure devotional service. It's natural when you're awakened. That's it, man. It's so simple. It's very natural. Otherwise, it's unnatural to get up, you know, and do devotional service. You force it. You're doing by force. It's called Vaidhi. Prahlad's talking about this natural. Be awakened. Listen to my word. He even said, you'll see, we'll get to that. He said, if you listen to my word, you can also worship like this. It's the same. You listen to the word here, you'll also start worshiping like this. Look, it's happening, man. People are, you know, making fast progress to worshiping like their guru does. Yeah, because you believe in this word, you know. If you don't believe, they can't see even these gurus. And as I say, you know, thank you very much for your service. This is their service. It really helps. People can get this way. Thank you very much for your service. You know, they can't worship like this because they don't believe in this word. But you can. That's how you're going to help them. You're going to help the ones with the big sannyas titles. You know, they'll say, well, look at this person. He's a lousy guitar player and he has more bhakti than we do. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say, do this sentence again.
Yeah, say
this
it.
Devotional service is natural because Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the most beloved, the master of the soul.
Yeah, and that's why you know, people coming here, you learn the process. you see why, because it is natural. But you look at the condition in you. He wants you to go away, doesn't want you to hear sometimes, wants you to go associate intimately with mayavadis, and be, like take on all kinds of crap in it, because we're so used to taking on crap. We think, so it's not natural yet. So here we very quickly wash you up, man. Come here, we throw you in the Ganga and get the soap out and just, clean it up very fast, so it's speeding up the process. So you awaken, you feel, you say, wow, I really like Krishna now. I like to think of him. He is natural now. Okay, so, I feel so good being close to Krishna's name, or his pastimes, or his quality, or in this book. I see it becoming more and more natural. Yeah.
The most beloved, the master of the soul, and the well-wisher of all other living beings.
See, the most beloved. When you awaken, then it's like Lord Chaitanya said in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You realize that Lord Krishna, he said Vishnu, but Lord Krishna is your most beloved, worshipable deity. And that's what you see in everything and everybody, and especially in real devotees, because in real devotees you see the qualities of the Lord, the transcendental Lord. They're very unique, because that is expressing. See, everybody's an expression of the Lord's energies, but most are in the mode, so expressing passion, expressing goodness, expressing ignorance, right? But the pure devotees, purified, who's awakened their nature, their natural transcendental relationship of their soul is awakened. You start to see those qualities, manifested. But not everybody sees them. See, they're hidden from those who have they're under the modes. They can't see. That's why the devotees see who's sleeping under the modes. See? They can see that. No one else can see it. And if you get the mercy, then the Lord allows you to begin to appreciate devotees. And you see their uniqueness, and that so many things come from that. That's the beginning of your real auspiciousness in this world. Is this, having transcendental association.
Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends, born of demoniac families, the happiness perceived with reverence to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life.
See, we can, my dear schoolmates, born of demoniac, this preaching, if anybody listens, this is what Jesus was teaching. Anyone, I'll go wherever anybody will hear, because if you hear the transcendental vibrations from a liberated soul, now it doesn't matter, demon, demigod. If you're a demon, you'll progress faster than the demigod, simply because you're hearing from a transcendentally empowered person. Jesus knew this. Prabhupada knew. All devotees know this. That is known here also. Okay? That's why I don't care. You could be in mode ignorance, passion, ignorance, goodness. Doesn't matter. If you come here, you're in a better position than anybody who doesn't. That's why you see waitresses. These guys, gurus and followers, they've been following strictly these rules, regulations for 50 years even. And a waitress comes simply because she's willing to hear. She's more progressed than that. That's the why. That's how powerful this is. But they don't believe it. There was a guru. I was in Mayapur. I say, look at this. One of my disciples. He's got prema. Look at it. No, I don't believe it. No, my guru said many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. I don't believe it. Okay. So my student can continue on relishing prema, and this person don't believe it. Man, I don't want to hear the word. No, don't. Never see him anymore. Never come. He was a nice guy, yeah, but that stayed nice, nice sannyasi, But you don't get this because you doesn't believe the word, doesn't believe it's possible. But whoever does, and you come long enough, you'll be convinced. Oh boy, man, because my Lord is very logical, man. He's undefeatable. And all it takes is a relationship with him. You'll become like that very quickly. It's how it is, man. Narottam's disciples, they became indefeatable even after a couple of weeks. They had more knowledge than big Brahmins and all that stuff. Even here, people become more knowledgeable than that. You could see their deficiency, the smoke screens they're putting in all that stuff. Okay, let's see here. Go ahead.
So Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends, born of demoniac families, the happiness perceived with reverence to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life, according to one's past fruitive activities.
Isn't that interesting? We enjoy sense gratification, right? There's a taste. What's really wonderful is people come here, you can get a taste for the transcendental body of the Lord. That's what the meaning of Jesus said, I'm the bread of life. You get this transcendental taste. And then you got both. I mean, you can enjoy it. Prabhupada enjoyed a good meal, Matter of fact, he didn't like when they tried to, give him medicine type food. Yeah, this is for horses, man. Nah. No, but he could see he had the awakened sense. He could taste transcendental vibration, transcendental name. There's a taste there. It's fantastic. You see it every day here. You see devotees getting it. That's the zone. That's our work here. This is what, can you imagine these Vaishnavas don't know this? If they did, why wouldn't they want to get it so fast like they get it here? You have your transcendental senses awakened, man. That means your spiritual body is awakened. That means your eternal relationship with God is awakened, with Krishna, whatever form you love. My goodness, now you exchange these relationships, and this is where the power is. You become a whole person. You become really knowledgeable with the essence of all understanding. You know what life is all about. You know what the Lord knows. Yeah, you know the confidential meaning of the Vedas. Oh, that's available here in this little place. Unbelievable, the more I think about it. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Go ahead.
Such happiness is happiness perceived with reference to the sense objects. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor.
Yeah, I mean, people, they have different lives. You're born in a family, it's just kind of automatic, you go and you live your life. Even as a kid, you're born in this family and they give you food, that kind of stuff. And then you go about, live a nice mundane life, and then you die and take another body, you do it again and again, until you meet this kind of situation.
Endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed, for they result only in a loss of time and energy. Endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed, for they result only in a loss of time and energy.
Merely. In other words, if that's all you do, I mean, you got to survive. You got to live your life, so you got to do what you got to do to survive. But if you're merely doing, that's all you're doing, that's a waste of time, man, because you get addicted too. You know what I found? I've always known this. When you have this connection, this lifeline with awakening, then everything is in balance. You know, you won't overdo things. You know, you do, and when you start feeling out of balance, you know, like, oh, I can't do this. You know, I got to stop. See, you don't spend your whole friggin' life doing mundane stuff. If you do, you're basically wasting your life. You know? See, so that's why here all you have to do is follow Ramananda Roy's and Prahlad's teaching. Just listen here, and he just hear, you know, hear the essence of truth. Get that programming. You know, people, they're programmed to do all this crap. This is also programming. But what are you being programmed with? The truth, man. The essence. You know, and you hear enough. After a while, instead of, see, they're programming fear in you. Here, you're being programmed by hearing God's mind, God's words, you're seeing God's ecstasy. You know, this, and all it does is result in freedom, in intelligence. So it's not a bad, see, like there's programming there. See, and people think, oh yeah, let's get away from the programming. It's bad. Programming is bad, right? Or let's just be programmed. See? But they don't know that, oh yeah, but you're just programmed. You're not programmed with the Vedas. The Vedas free you, man. The Vedas make you more intelligent. The Vedas give you real purification of the heart. You know, the name does. You know what we're chanting over and over there. You know, over and over again, the mainstream media is programming this three messages a day. Same thing. Let's see. Today is you know, the unvaxxed are infecting everybody, and they're calling it. So all day long they do the same message, and then what happens the next day? The little Indians, you know, let's you know. See, they're being programmed. Here, it's a programming also, because that's the way our minds work. Programming, you know. Even those who say, "Oh yeah, let's give affirmations," see, in our minds, so that we can become positive thinkers, right? But this is better. Hey, devotional programming the essence of truth, gives you the highest result, better than positive thinking. That's diddly squat. Here, that comes along with it. You become beyond positive. You know, you're neither a positive thinker or a negative thinker. You're a devotional thinker. You think like God. Now that is the best. That's high class. You think like the Lord thinks. The Lord gives you his thoughts because why? To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, like the kind you see here every day, I give them the right programming, see, the right knowledge. Boom, 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 boom. Wow! Freedom! I love it, man. So you just got to get this kind of programming. It's wonderful. Otherwise, you're going to, you'll either be programmed by the demons and you'll be in fear, I'm afraid, lock me up. Or you give me the shot. I need it. I have to have it because I'm afraid. From that programming. Or the positive thinkers, you'll be a positive thinker, but it's still bodily, mind, body, mind, body, mind. Okay? This programming leads to transcendence. You transcend the body, mind, and even the personality, and you get into God's personality. See, the supreme person. Why not be into the supreme personality? Why even be in your personality? Why not be in the supreme personality of Godhead? See, then that shines through you in a very individual, unique, supreme way, actually, in a wonderful way, in a way very unique to you. The more I think about this, the more I think, man, this is the fantastic path. What do you think, Dom?
Yes. So when we live and we have these endeavors, we will also this engagement. We will also have this consciousness in this world. Yes, our consciousness cannot go beyond our world of engagement.
Yeah, you see, this is the gift of the Lord and his devotees. See, they give us that consciousness which is transcendental, and it makes you no fear, no more fear. You overcome fear. Was Prahlad afraid? He was amongst a more horrible time than this. He was close to the biggest king of demons, his father, man. Very treacherous. You know, these guys are treacherous, but Hiranyakashipu, boy, he was a king of treachery, man. And he was just nonchalant, going through the kingdom, preaching devotional, so like us, a little nonchalantly going through the kingdom. Narada Muni used to do the same, you know, around demons or demigods. They all, you didn't feel threatened by him. Not even the demons. They actually had counsel with Narada. You didn't feel like he wasn't attracted or repulsed. You know, he didn't have hatred in him. You know, the demigods just hate those demons. You notice? It's a relationship of hate. They hate demons, man. And the demons, you know what? They hate humanity. They hate good people. They just hate them. I just kind of learned this myself, you know, now as just, you know, doing some research. They really hate each other. See? But you see, this path, you transcend hate. It's wonderful. Because then no more action reaction, less and less and less. See, that's how you transcend, because you don't trigger even demons or anything. Yeah.
So Prahlad Maharaj, he actually lived in another world than his father, than his mundane father. He actually lived in another world, a transcendental world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your world. See, everybody lives in their own world, and also collective world. You know, we have a collective world. So Prahlad was in the collective world, but it wasn't impinging on his world. Just like here, we're living in this world, the devotional world. And see, if you don't have this world, you're fully in that. Can you imagine at this time? That's why people are suiciding now. See, because they can't escape to this world, or they can't be in this world, you know, ever, you know, because they don't know how to do it. Therefore, they want to escape. They commit suicide many times, or they escape through the taking pharmaceuticals, the antidepressants, because it's very depressing. You know, come on, man. One depression, if I didn't have this, I would be miserable, man. I mean, you know, even if you're fighting it, I see the people fighting this too. They're getting tired, man. And the demons are wearing them out. They know it. They know they got all the technology. They got all the things. This is happening, man. And the demons, they think, oh, yeah, we're going to fight this and we can get it. But it keeps rolling. You notice? It keeps rolling out, Tom. You notice how they're fighting and they're doing this and protest. But it keeps going. You notice? Keeps advancing. And they're all putting all their energies into this. You know, this is the same old, man. But this will free everybody. Whoever the Lord leads to get this message is where real freedom is, man. Real happiness, real immortality, real purification, real love, true love. You know, every good thing and more that you can think about. You can't even conceive.
Well, endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed, for they result only in the loss of time and energy with no actual profit. If one's endeavors are directed towards Krishna consciousness, one can surely attain the spiritual platform of self-realization.
This is the next step. You know, this is whenever the Vaidis get this is the next step for them. Really, it is. This is why Lord Krishna, he came to Mathura, which was the abode of Vaidhi Bhakti, basically. There are a lot of devotees there, but they were oppressed Kamsa, which is the hypocritical level. He was a hypocritically devout. He was pretense religious. See, this is what we got now. A lot of leaders are like that. They're just there. They just kind of is what it is. And so we also are coming. You notice I spent a lot of time on the sanghas, the Vaishnava sanghas. You know, because this is how the Lord works. That's why you notice Prabhupada came and, you know, asked me to do this. And this is because, you know, he started something. Bhakti Vinod started something. Bhakti Siddhanta, you know, continued. And Prabhupada continued. And we're continuing. You know, this is our seva, is bring people to the awakening stage. Because then it's gravy, man. This is gravy. Man, this is icing on the cake. Otherwise, you got a dry cake. You know, you're like those gopis doing, you know, they were doing austerities. They were eating unspiced khichdi. We're eating the real khichdi with all kinds of spices on it. Not only khichdi, all kinds of transcendental food stuff. This is where it's all going. See, so we come to them also, and a lot of them will reject at first, and so that we get the waitresses coming too. You know, people will just whoever wants to get it. Okay, play a little guitar.
Okay.
The weather has turned weird, so I have to go and do a few things. So play your guitar, and I'll be right back. We ain't finished.
Okay. Well,
Don't go away, guys. I'll be back in a few minutes. I just gotta take the generator.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare. I don't want to make people asleep, so I tried to find some tunes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Prahlad Maharaj. Oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Okay, read on.
Okay. Prahlad Maharaj continued. Let's see. Endeavors merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed, for they result only in the loss of time and energy with no actual profit.
Yeah, go on.
If endeavors are directed toward Krishna consciousness, one can surely attain the spiritual platform of self-realization. There is no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic development. There is no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic
Yeah,
development.
you can't get this kind of benefit by economic development. It's a different result. All you do is get another birth as a human being, because you want to do what humans do, make money, right? Build buildings. So you get attached to that. But you know what? The thing is, you can continue doing that. But if you engage some energy in devotional service, and you become more and more attracted to that, because that's what's real to your soul, you become more and more awakened. That, oh man, my soul just wants to do more of this. Remember, like Pani, he said he's coming more. You notice he's saying, this is actually helping me do these other things, because even your work you do in the world will be easier by awakening. Everything just comes easier. Everything, even your work kind of comes out smooth. Go ahead.
Therefore, while in material existence, Bhavam Ashita, a person fully competent to distinguish wrong from right must endeavor to achieve the highest goal of life, as long as the body is stout and strong and is not embarrassed by dwindling.
You know how many people I hear say, especially Indians, because they know to do this inside. They know. They say, when I get old, I'll do this. When I get older, then I'll do this. And they probably never end up doing it. They get, so you should always do it whenever, you should always engage in some of your energy in this. Yeah. It's so easy now. If people come here, you can have a regular life, do your job, everything, but come here regularly. Oh my God, the result is amazing.
Every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years, but for one who cannot control his senses, half of those years are completely lost, because at night he sleeps 12 hours, being covered by ignorance. Therefore, such a person has a lifetime of only 50 years.
Okay, I'm going to have you skip here. I think, let's see here. Yeah, you know what? I think this is enough for now, because I've already done quite a few today. Or this is the second time. Anyway, I feel it's enough for now. Let's just think about these things a little bit.
I'm full of energy now.
Yeah, well, hey, go live, man. I'll watch.
Okay.
Yeah, go live. Yeah, yeah. I kind of done for a bit. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming. And maybe watch. Are you going to do something, Tom? You think? Full of energy?
Yeah, but I don't know where to. Maybe you can. Yeah, I don't know. I will find a way. Yes.
What do you mean you don't know where? What do you mean?
Yeah, I maybe I want to read, but I don't know where to continue.
Right from there. Just continue
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, continue where you left off. So Tom's going to continue the reading, and we'll see what happens. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. So check Tom's class out, and you can hear the reading. Maybe I'll say a few words too. See you there,
You can,
Corinna.
Tom, you can, Maharaj, you can invite Tom. Tom can invite you on if you get stimulated.